Hey everybody, I just wanted to come on really quick before I get ready for bed. I know it's a little later than usual, so I won't be surprised if none of y'all are up. Then again, a couple weeks ago, some of y'all stayed on here late with me, and we were talking until about midnight. So just wanted to come and check in. The rest of the week is going to probably be pretty busy for me, so I don't know if I'd be doing another live this week, especially not tomorrow because I haven't packed yet and I need to pack. If I can't sleep tonight, I probably will try to do that until I get sleepy. Um, Tomorrow's a pretty busy day. Isaiah has practice, and my mother in law will be coming to sleep over because she's going to help take Isaiah to school Friday and then keep him for the weekend. My dad's gonna pick him up from school. She'll take him to school. But yeah, the grandparents are grandparenting while me and Des have some alone time. So yeah, I can't believe it's almost Thursday. How are y'all doing? Even if you don't like watch this right now and you watch tomorrow, just comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. I have really had a long day today and it was pretty tough. And I'm just really grateful that I'm okay, regardless of my circumstances. And this morning, excuse me, this morning I was listening to Word of Faith and I was able to hear the whole message before I got to work. And he was talking about new oil, and the message came out of Ephesians. I want to say it was Ephesians chapter 3 or 4, verses 30 through 32. And hey, D, he was specifically talking about, like, basically how we're supposed to be really kind to others. And, oh, you fighting through homework, Brandy? Hey, how are you doing, Brandy? How are you doing, D? Um, but he was basically talking about how we need to be kind to others and we need to be more charitable and not just giving back, but charitable in that we need to give people grace because you really never know what people are going through. Hey, Kwana, I know my goal is to be off of here before midnight, but y'all know how we say, why are you frustrated, D? Um, I say I'm not going to be on here long and then I end up talking to y'all for an hour. We're going to try not to do that today because I'm already sleepy. I'm fine. I'm eating a snack. Why don't you take a break and go get one? Unless you're going to be late turning something in that's due at midnight. Don't do that if you need the time. But I was trying to tell y'all the message is about kindness and giving people grace and basically like understanding that, you know, the analogy he gave is like there was this circle. Let's say this is a circle. And there's this little dot in the circle. I'll just make the circle like this. There's a little dot in the circle. And the little dot represents what we see of each person. But the actual fullness of the circle, the area, what makes it up, is all the little components that that person has going on in their life. It's their family, it's their friends, it's their wants, it's their needs. It might be something that they have going on as far as an illness, mental health. The point is, we don't know many people in their full circle. We just know like these little dots about people. But sometimes we take one interaction or we take the outside looking in based on their appearance or something and we assume and then we break out what we think about that individual based on something really small. And so, like, in being kind to others, it's giving people grace and the benefit of the doubt and understanding that you may not know everything about them just because of that one thing that happened. Hmm. Excuse me. And just like you have bad days, that person could have been having a bad day when you guys had something occur with each other. But instead of being like the world and not being kind and being mad or gossiping, cursing people out, or whatever it is that isn't associated with kindness, try to live with more love and allow people grace and allow yourself grace, and then just try to be more positive and speak life over your situation, because a lot of times we psych ourselves out, and I do this too. It was actually timely for me to hear this, but we psych ourselves out, we get sad, we get frustrated, and we say a bunch of negative things. And I think our words have power, and then you have to be really careful about what you speak over your situation. All right. So a woman I've donated breast milk to posted in my local mom group asking if anyone had any food they could donate to her family because she's broke until payday. She was offering to clean or babysit in exchange. I had her address from when I dropped off my milk before, so I had $200 worth of groceries delivered. She didn't even say thank you. Now I don't do things expecting anything in return, but that kind of bothered me. Maybe I'm just emotional because I'm getting off my cycle. I don't think you're emotional. I think it was a very kind gesture, and unless for some reason she didn't know it came from you, I don't understand why she didn't say thank you. And if there's any way it could be a mix up, I would reach out to her and say, "Hey, I don't know if you got it, but I sent some groceries to your house. I hope this helps." And she should say thank you after that. But I could understand why you could be frustrated. I also could understand how your cycle could make you more emotional. Um, I listened to a podcast, Girl Just Heal, and the podcast she dropped today was about power being in the tongue. Oh wow. That's like affirmation. There's so much power in what we say. I think if you say something negative, like this is going to be a long week, and then you notice that you're having a long week after you said that, it's like sometimes it's not even just like the power of the tongue. The tongue is not the only component. It's like the tongue is what we speak, but when you speak something so often, you start to believe it. So if you speak, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to be disciplined today. I'm going to follow my diet. I'm going to make it through this workout. I'm going to be efficient. Whatever the words are that you need. I'm going to get this homework assignment done. And you tell yourself that, it's easier for you to believe it, and when you believe something, the faith and the work, they go together, you know? But when you speak negative things, today is just going to be such a long day. Or, I don't know. I don't even want to start saying a bunch of negative stuff, but this type of stuff you might say to yourself. And sometimes you just start piling it on, and then you start to believe it, even as far as how you feel about your appearance or something. Like, my stomach, I hate this about this, and I hate that and this. And like when you start saying all those negative things, sometimes that negative self speak, you begin to hear and believe that, and you internalize it. And the power of the tongue becomes the mind. And that's where you end up having an issue, because the mind controls everything else. So whatever you say, if you keep saying it, it becomes a belief, and it then aligns with what your mindset is. So if you're not speaking life into the things you desire, speaking life over yourself, speaking life over your goals, speaking life over your family and friends and things like that, um, and you're instead speaking of the opposite, then you're going to run into those issues where you're emotionally feeling like you're not enough. You're emotionally feeling like you're not going to get things done. You're emotionally feeling like you're drained, you're sick. you're tired, you're this, you're that, because you're saying it. And that's something I'm going to try to work on. And I think I do a good job of being kind to people. I'm a very compassionate person. I'm an empath. I take on what goes on with others and I make it my own. I have my ways of being selfish and I will work on that. But I think overall, I do care about people. And so I want to show kindness more though, and I want to work on giving the benefit of the doubt. I think sometimes another thing that people struggle with, sometimes I struggle with this, is you expect people to be like you. Like you want to see the you in other people. Just because, and that's what kind of goes with what Dee was just saying. You know, my expectation, if somebody did something really nice for me, is that I would say thank you, because, you didn't have to do it. In fact, like when in the sermon I was listening to, he went over a full list of things you can do to practice kindness. And one of them was, if someone does something nice to you or for you, you tell them thank you. And I know that sounds crazy and it sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how some people are so entitled that they expect blessings to flow upon them to a point where they don't even say thank you anymore. Um, no, I understand, D. Sometimes people want to take from others without giving thanks. Exactly. Just take it on the chin and remember that God will bless you tenfold. And I agree with that, Quana, because when you do stuff out the goodness of your heart, you create like a seed. You're sowing a seed of goodness to somebody else. So even if you don't get that gratitude from that person that you were a blessing to today, that blessing will come back to you in another way. Oh no, D. I'm working on this because I'm always saying I'm tired. Yes, I need a sweet sack. My kids are so bad. And that's a habit I'm trying to break. You and me both. Y'all be hearing me in these vlogs when I be going through my rants. Ooh, excuse me. I get so frustrated and I start saying stuff, and then it's not that I don't mean it, because I do mean it in that moment, but if I can start remembering to think of it from a different perspective, benefit of the doubt, you know. And he even touched on like being careful when we yell at your kids, like don't just, like, even if they are messing up, like exercise patience. That one really hit home with me because I remember how I would feel when I didn't know something, or if I was trying to do something and somebody was impatient with me. It would make me shut down and make me feel like I don't want to work with that person anymore. So when I'm trying to teach Josiah stuff, or when I'm trying to work with him on his homework, for example, trying to be a little more patient with him so that he understands that I'm there to help and I'm not here just to chastise or criticize what he's not doing right. At the same time, I feel that this week things have been going better because he's actually been making an active effort to complete some of the work at after school program during their set homework time. So there's a lack of frustration between him and myself, or my husband and him, because he's not coming home not prepared, which was where my frustration was coming at from the beginning. My frustration was that he wasn't trying. And my frustration was that he was coming home without doing anything. So now I'm feeling tired already, and I have to start from zero to complete homework assignments with you. When I felt like you should be at least meeting me halfway. Even if you don't understand, you can't keep using the I don't get it excuse every week, because you're not going to get better if you don't try. And I don't want to do a boatload of homework after work or every weekend when we could be doing some of it at school. It's all on wording. I've stopped saying my baby so bad and start saying she's having a hard time. She's not giving me a hard time. Aw. It's not I'm broke. It's I'm between blessings right now. I like that, D. Right, D. I started saying I'm going to get so and so, or when I get XYZ. And yeah, when you say when I'm going to get it, it puts it in a mindset of it's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. Versus if. If and when are two different words. If makes it sound like it's not definite. When makes it sound like later in the future. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it's tomorrow, but when you use that adjective, it changes the meaning of the words. If it's really supposed to be used when you're saying something you're not certain about. If I decide to move, if you don't know if you really want to do that, then if is the right word. But if you know you want to move, when we move to another state, you know, like that. I hate that with my nephew when he was younger. I realized that he wanted to do the homework with his mom when I was trying to help him with it. Yeah, like and Josiah told me that. He said, "But mommy, I want to do homework with you." And I think that's very sweet, but it's like, mommy will help you check the homework. Mommy will help you correct mistakes, but mommy doesn't want to do your whole homework packet with you all week because that's tiring. So when I explained it like that, he said, "Okay, I understand." And it made me feel better because this week he actually listened to me and tried to finish some of it. And my husband's been helping him this week too. But my husband said that he was coming home with more of it done. I said, "Well, I'm happy that he at least is giving you a start because it's more work when he comes home and there's nothing done." And also, he's realizing, like, oh, when I do my homework at school during the homework time, when I get home, I don't have to spend all of my time where I could have been watching TV or playing with toys, working on a homework assignment after I've been in school all day. And it's like, yeah, you want to be able to have fun too. Let's work together. Um, Let me know how y'all have been liking the recent videos I've been posting. I am about to kind of shift my content a little bit. I would like to focus more on, like, I guess, like my evening routines and my weekends and my fitness journey. And then I'll also be planning to do some travel content soon because we're going on this little 2-day cruise. So, um, yeah, so I look forward to giving y'all something different. I'll be honest and say I'm not sure if I'm comfortable at this point in time continuing to do like full days in my life because things are just kind of complicated. I feel like I will still talk about those things with y'all here on live and when I do like my Google Meets with you guys, because that's a little bit more intimate and it's a little bit less accessible. Like once it's done, it's done. And I think the next time I do a Google Meet, I may do it as a Google Meet only so that it is just going to be available to whoever decides to join in real time. And it would not be like me trying to talk here and read comments over here and then still be talking to people on video over there. The last video where you meal prep helped me plan and get ideas for mine. Really? I'm happy you like that. I wouldn't mind doing meal prepping videos. That doesn't really I don't think that's something I'll stop doing. I can do meal prepping videos because meal prep is going to be something that we're doing every month. So I feel like we can definitely make that happen again. I just feel like the day in the life videos are a little bit challenging. I've been filming them for the past 2 weeks. This is week 3. And I can't film during the day when I'm not at home. So it's kind of hard to give you all a realistic day in life. But the week in the life is it's okay, Brandy. That's not a problem. Um it's not, y'all not really learning anything from about that. And I can't really disclose any of that stuff because it could put me at a risk of getting in trouble. So I don't know. But I still have other ideas. Like I what I did like about the day in the life thing, I did like showing y'all like Saya's basketball game. I like showing y'all my fitness ups and downs. Like I lost weight last week. My period started this week, so I'm not weighing in this week's video. Um, and you know what? I just want to rant for a second because Dee was talking about like her period makes her emotional. Me too. But what I was gonna say is I'm really tired of my cycle starting every time it's time for me to go on a trip because The one I finally got a child-free trip where all the babysitting lined up, and now Aunt Flo is probably going to be ruining it. And I just don't understand why I can't never have my break and have it everything just align, okay? But either way, I'm going to have a good time, but I just wish I don't know. I remember when I was talking to y'all and I was like gonna buy this cruise or whatever. And I was like, oh man, I don't think my period should be on that day. Or if it is, it'll be wrapping up. And then my cycle decided it wanted to start a day later than it was supposed to. So I'm pretty sure it's still gonna be on. So I'm just like, dang. Y'all over here talking about periods don't stop nothing but a sentence. I know that, but it's not the same. Y'all, I don't want her there at all. Like, she could have came next week instead. You don't have to go in depth about your job stuff if you don't want to. I haven't been. I mean, I haven't been. I pretty much have been showing y'all like what did I show? The first week, because it was new, I showed a lot more, but it wasn't really nothing except for like I showed y'all what I ate. I showed y'all like what I wore to work that day. I showed y'all me dropping Josiah off at school. Like I could probably still do that kind of stuff. But what I mean is like during the day, I'm not including any footage because I can't really record anything during that time. Um so I mean if that's okay, I guess that's okay. But just also being mindful of what I say and things like that is, that's all I can say for now. But I don't know. I'll be honest, it's been kind of tough. Traffic was really terrible this week, every day. And I am still doing some of the stuff. Like this week, I actually set 5 outfits out in advance, and I did it because I knew my period was coming. So I was trying to plan for like period friendly outfits so that I could feel comfortable because I'm used to being at home and having my period at my house, and that has been awesome because I can be comfortable. I can sit on like, oh, it's 222 on my well, it went away. It was showing 2 people in 22 minutes and 22 seconds. I have been seeing repeating twos all week. I'm about to figure. I gotta look in the Bible. Like, what scripture aligns with twos? That what is it? And then like, what the twos? As far as what does that mean? As far as like, what? Let me Google this. Hold on. It signifies good fortune in finance, relationships, career, and a reminder to work towards your soul's purpose. When you're worried, it means that a shift is coming and now is the time to take action and stop worrying about the future. You heard it. And I've been seeing twos. Like, where my phone? I don't know where I set my phone. Oh, it's right here. Like, I was at Kroger and I took a video of it because it was like the third time this week that I randomly saw some twos. And I saw some repeating threes too in my car, but that happens every time I fill up the car almost. That was my total. Oh, y'all can't see it. Hold on. The total, when I scan the first thing, it's the twos. Y'all can't probably see it. And then the thing had 5 twos on it just a few minutes ago. And I caught it. Like, what's the probability of that? Ephesians 2:22 came up for me. Okay, let me see what that says. What and Ephesians is one of my favorites. In him the whole building is joined together and rises to become a holy temple in the Lord. And in him you two are being built together to become a dwelling in which God lives by his spirit. What is the meaning? Oh wow, it's saying we are chosen to be united with other believers, and being built up together is what God's designed for every follower of Jesus Christ. So that I think is about people going to church or being with like-minded individuals that love God. Hmm. Okay, I received that, and I feel like I still need to find my church home, but I don't know, y'all. I feel like um I have a few extra days off coming, and aside from the trip, like I took an extra day to kind of rest, recover and everything like that. I hope that I have some time to do some content planning and to finally finish my vision board, prayer board, because I did not do that yet. It's still sitting on the living room floor with all the cut up pieces. And, if Josiah steps on my board one more time and knock my pieces off, I'm going to have to redo the whole thing. I'm just kidding. He didn't I hope he didn't lose any of them, but I have it like on the floor in the living room, and like the remote is on the mantle that's above where it's sitting, and so he was like, "I'm sorry, I was trying to get the remote," and I'm like, "Stop stepping on my stuff." So yeah, I still need to do that. And then I have this still up here. Every time I try to do it, I got that wrong angle. I got this up here because I still feel like this is relevant. Everything up here is relevant. But I don't know. My goal is to like really, really think about my next steps. Really think about what I need to do to get there. I have some goals that I want to reach in 2024. And I want to make sure that I'm not allowing distractions to prevent me from getting there. So, yeah, I don't know if that sounds vague. I'm tired. I'm sleepy and I'm tired, both. But I want to also spend some time in the Word this week. So maybe that's what I'll do. Like while I'm on the cruise, maybe take my Bible with me. If I don't take my Bible, I have a couple books over there. One of them is a prayer journal. It's like 52 weeks of the Bible for women. I have that, and I started it last year and never finished it, so I could bring that with me. I have some books about boundaries over there. I have a marriage book I could read. Maybe just like lay up on the Lido deck and read a book and like let the waves of the ocean kind of move me. I need to pack. I have not packed yet, and like staying up late tomorrow is not a freaking option because our flight leaves so early Friday. Like if I oversleep, the whole trip is going to be ruined. Maybe not. If we oversleep, it would just require us to purchase an emergency flight with Delta or something. But who wants to do that? You want to say hi?
No.
You say hey because you making comments. Say hi.
No, thank
He's
you.
talking about some, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm
Cause
like,
I know you'll be waiting till the last alarm to get up.
I'll be pissed off. We have to wake up at 4 a.m.
I'm planning on getting up at 3:30.
Well, that's your business. I'll be up at 4 a.m. like I said. Might even be 4:30.
It
If
can't be too
if
late.
we
Hell, we
pack the
need to be
car,
to the airport by 5.
if we pack the car the night before, we can really sleep until after 4 o'clock.
No,
Yes, we can.
no.
It only take Desmond.
You don't like getting up as it is.
Traffic is superb
I
at
used to
4,
go to work at 4:30
and
in the morning.
traffic
I
was
know this.
superb, so we
You
don't
don't
have to
like getting up in the
rush.
morning.
You see how he like to come and take over, but he don't want to be seen. Say hey.
Hey,
Hey to the
Yosha,
people.
no. Like, I'm talking to you, not them. You don't like
You
getting up
talking
in
to
the
me and I'm
morning.
talking to them. Please stop interrupting. He don't want to be on my podcast, but he want to interrupt. Anyway, did Dez coach Josiah's game in the last vlog? I kept squinting at the TV and I said, is Dez a coach too? Yes, Desmond was coaching during the last game.
Yep. I will miss this game now.
He will be missing the next game. But yeah, so Dez's Josiah's coach asked Dez to start coaching when? Before the first
Like
game?
a week before the first game.
Yeah, so Dez is like one of the assistant coaches. They talking about some. Yeah, and Quana said yes. I think he's a coach. He is a coach,
Mm.
which is cool. And then baseball season is starting, and he signed up to coach that too. And Josiah also is doing baseball, so
Yeah, I might not have Silas team
Dez may or may not be coaching. So that means I'm gonna be stuck taking Saya to all
though.
the
No,
practices.
no.
How that's gonna
Well,
work?
I talked to the guy, so I'm coaching where he's going to be playing if I'm coaching. So
No
I'm not
matter
coaching
what.
anywhere else. Yeah, I'm coaching directly at where he's going to be.
But that may mean that Saya may have to be there all day, even if his game is over or something like
Yeah,
that,
he
or
might just be
early.
in the dugout with me after the game. I just get him some food. He can go to the concession stand and eat and sit down like we
I
used
guess
to.
I don't have a problem with that. And then of course if I have plans, I'll do my plans, but like let's say his game was before and they're done, I can come get them.
Yeah, like if you want to come get
As
him.
long as I don't have plans.
Yeah, I mean, and then
That's fine.
you can just hang out at the park. I'm sure there's stuff we can do.
If he wants to, but
If you
like
want
if
to,
it's a
yeah,
lot of
because
hours in between, like if you're
well,
coaching
no,
14-year-olds and
if
he's
I'm coaching
coaching
at
8.
like 6 and he plays at 11 a.m., no, I'm not staying all day. I'm gonna come back home because I don't have to be at the park until 3. So I'm not gonna be there
Oh.
just all day unless I have a team that I need to watch and get prepared for. I'm not gonna be there all day.
Well, you were making it seem like you were, and I was just letting you know that I'm
When you
not.
play tournament ball, yeah, you're there all day because you're trying
Child.
to you play normally a game Friday night, 2 games Saturday, 1 game Sunday, depending on how you do over the weekend. So
Hey D.
if you lose out, like let's say you lose 3 games, you're playing Sunday morning at like 9 a.m. You have to win your way back into the winners bracket, which is gonna take you like 4 games. So we're gonna be there all day unless we lose. But like let's say we win 3 games, we probably don't have to play until 2 o'clock. And you play 2 o'clock game and then you play championship game. Done.
That's how this is gonna work?
No. Like I was saying, this is just regular park ball. So they'll probably play 1 or 2 games a week through from February through June, the end of June.
Oh
Um,
Lord, that's a long
but
season.
when you're playing tournament ball every weekend, you're playing 4 or 5 games a weekend. If you play really well, you'll play 6 games a weekend.
Got it. So through June. Yeah, that's a long season. Well, are you gonna be happy if you get Josiah's team?
It
Or
would
are
make
you
it
or were
easier.
you looking to get something different? Like 10U and
I
he's under
really wouldn't mind
8U.
having 10, 12, or 14.
Mm.
8 is not bad. I could work with 8. It's not bad.
It's
But
10 when they start doing the pitch themselves.
and 10 and under, yeah. Out here, when I was a kid, 8 and under is when you started pitching.
Interesting. Do y'all's kids have y'all? Thank you. Brandy says it's sweet and love active Black fathers. It's so heartwarming. It is really sweet. I like how Des gave them like a little chant that they do. I think I put it in the last video. I didn't know they were gonna do it, and I had cut some of it out because I didn't know what they were about to do it, and I was like, dang, I should get it. And it was Josiah's turn to do the little like thing, and it's like, I believe in me. I believe in you. No, don't laugh. That's what they do be saying. Damn, leave me alone. I believe in you. You believe in me.
No.
We're not just a team. We're a family or something like that. It's so cute. The first time I heard them do it, I said, oh, this is like a little movie with the kids. Des taught them that they can get that team, team morale going or whatever. I guess I can talk to y'all for another 10 minutes even though it's midnight because I got on here late. Did somebody text me? Who texted me from oh, that's probably D. Wait, no, that's Crumble. Just kidding. I saw a different area code and I thought D texted me. But yeah. Yeah, yeah, yep. Ephesians 2:22. And in him, you too are being built to become a dwelling in which God lives by his spirit. Hmm. I might need to put that one on my vision board, prayer board. Midnight came quick and 5:30 comes quick. This homework will be on pause till morning. Good night, y'all. Good night, Brandy. I'm about to go to bed too, girl, because 6:30 comes quick. Not as quick as 5:30 though, and so I understand. I liked that we were able to still check in with each other. I'm glad I came and said hello. I will talk this weekend so I can give some new fun videos. But I hope y'all have a great rest of your week. Practice your kindness. Give each other grace. Whoever's in your life, give them grace. Give yourself grace. And just, pray. Pray about everything because it's going to be a good thing for you if you do that. All right. Good night, y'all.